Oh my god, I fucking can't with this. So, this is basically this thing saying that Fat Joe's a snitch. Here's the thing with this, right? So, for about the last year of my life, I spent it trying to get Fat Joe to answer this question. The question is, yo, Fat Joe, back in like 1991, I heard TS stood for the Suicidals instead of Terror Squad. I heard that it was called the Suicidals, right? Now, that's not uncommon for graffiti crews. Like graffiti crews sometimes will, they'll have initials. Those initials will mean separate things. Like they may be called the suicidals. This police report says that they were called the squad. Later on, apparently, they were called terror squad, right? So to me, and pretty much everybody that I would know, from the Bronx, that's a graffiti writer at least. Not everybody from the Bronx, that's a whole different thing. So anybody from the Bronx that's a graffiti writer from around that time. So really, instead of talking, we're not even talking thousands of people. We're talking about maybe hundreds. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even less than hundreds. They're the ones who would actually understand and know that what I was saying and what I was asking makes sense, right? And it is kind of weird that Fat Joe didn't want to fucking answer, right? But here's the reason why, or at least it could be a reason why Fat Joe wouldn't want to answer it. This police report, people are already questioning it. I just saw it online. People are already questioning whether it's real or not. Why Cuban Link? He even fucking posted it, everything else. And what I know, the question that I've been asking for a year and a half before I even knew this police report existed, that question is what actually proves that more than likely this police report is right, because you could see it itself. It's referring to, it says that Fat Joe himself referred to the crew from Forest Projects. He referred to that crew as the squad, TS, standing for the squad. And therefore, as a lot of people are, not a lot of people, like I said, about hundreds or so of people actually already know, and now most people should be able to put together the reason why is likely that police report is real. Is not a lot of people would know how to fake that information. You know what I'm saying? And that information is just basically what I've been asking, which is, yo, I heard TS stood for like different shit. When I heard it, somebody, for as far as I know, it was somebody from Forest Projects that told me, yo, TS stands for the suicidals. And so to me, it seems mad odd that Fat Joe wouldn't want to answer it. But if he knew that this paperwork was out there, it would be a reason, because it is something. It becomes, it's funny because people are fucking funny with this shit, but you would have to believe a lot of shit for this police report to be fake, because to fake that part of the police report, it just doesn't even make any sense, yo. It does prove that, yo, what I've been saying is true, and it is kind of weird that Fat Joe. It's weird and isn't weird that he didn't want to answer it, because it's understandable that he may have not wanted to answer it. But at the same time, it is what it is. It's not something that people wouldn't know how to fake, yo. Like I heard somebody commented, "Oh, you're gonna tell me a detective doesn't know how to write how to spell the word paid, like PAID?" And it's like, yeah, fucking they fuck that shit up all the time. But there's a lot. There's even other shit in there that realistically the cop could have been lying about. That particular part is very difficult for the cop to have been lying about it, just because it is what it is. Like, think about how many people even just know about TS as a graffiti crew, not what we're talking about way later on in Terror Squad, everything else. We're talking about TS as a graffiti crew. That's, if it's in the hundreds, I would be surprised. It could very possibly be less than 100 people easy that actually know all that. So I don't know. This shit is, this is just fucking crazy to me. All this fucking information, other information in my other life, my personal life has come out, and then this shit came out today that it's like, yo, fucking all this time and energy spent making all these fucking posts trying to get to Fat Joe to be like, yo, just answer me, dude, because it feels weird that you've never heard that. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know who else to ask, and like, I can understand why other people wouldn't want to answer either, because it was his place to answer, but he wouldn't want to fucking answer it because it's like, yo, even other members of Terror Squad, there's probably a lot of people in Terror Squad that don't understand, You know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be called different shit, like the squad. And therefore, me being, going out there and saying, like, yo, I heard like 91, 1990 or 91 that they were called the suicidal. The suicidals isn't a strange question. You know what I'm saying? The only reason people would think it's strange is because they wouldn't fucking understand a lot of the other shit that's in that police report. And I understand everything. That's not everything, but pretty much everything that's in that police report, just from being a graffiti writer back in the Bronx in that day. Just because that was just part of what happens. Not necessarily specifically the incidents that are talked about, but how and what is being talked about is something that was not something that everybody knew about, not even in the Bronx. It was a smaller number of us. So it just fucking is what it is, yo. Who knows who fucking sees this, but if you see this, yeah, I deserve the clout. You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker, Fat Joe, not for nothing, was trying to take that away from me. It's understandable, because whether this is true or not, I'm not saying it's true, but, it's understandable. If he knew that shit was out there, even if it was just a possibility, it's understandable. But that is what was happening. He was trying to take away, by not answering me, and acting like he didn't fucking have any idea, and other people, other members of Terror Squad and shit like that, they were basically trying to fucking take away my clout. You know what I mean? Because shit like this, that fucking report out there. So yeah, there's that. If you fucking see this, respect what respect is due. On that, I guess.